This week I've been trying to decide what to do with my website, and I realized that I've been overly optimistic. And the reason I've been overly optimistic is because I thought that somehow miraculously that if I got someone else to make some changes to my website, they would be able to do things, great things that I can't. And they did do a couple of things, and it's still getting updated. But it's Google Sites and it's free, and there are a lot of limitations, especially when you've come from Wix or Squarespace or WordPress, where you can do a lot more. I think I was trying to hope that all that paid functionality you get with those other places would somehow be available in Google Sites, but it's not. Excuse me. So I was a bit too optimistic, and I need to rethink things. I even went on to Google's AI, Gemini, and asked it a few questions, and it came back and said to me something along the lines of, if you're an indie filmmaker, Google Sites isn't really the right platform for you because it's very blocky and it has limitations. And if you want to have a good website as an indie filmmaker, Gemini said you need Wix or Squarespace or WordPress or something like that to get all that functionality. So it's it really represents your brand properly. And even though I don't want to do anything particularly spectacular, I do want it to look good and look professional and be a true reflection of me and the work I'm doing and how I want to present myself. So I think, I'll run with these changes in the short term and work out, how to budget in using, Wix, Weebly. Is Weebly still around? Squarespace, WordPress, one of them. There's lots of them, I know. And the reason, the main reason I was using Google Sites, well, two reasons, was it's free, and that's a good price. And two, it's part of Google Workspace, and I'm using Google Workspace, so I'm kind of in that world, so it makes it easier. Oh, a thought I just had was that, and one thing Google Gemini said, it's really aimed for, very simple or websites or something you need to put out immediately to show someone and you need to knock something up quickly, or it's used for internal, as an internal website for your corporation or whoever's in your Google Workspace. That might be an idea for when you're working on a project. I can put, have all the information up on that sort of internal side, and I assume I can just give access to, people in the cast and crew, for example, something like that. That might be a good use for it, a simple site like that. So I have to keep that in mind. So, and I was also struggling with how to, what I want the site to do. And I got a lot of good advice from my close friend, Scott. Thank you, my friend. And I was battling with whether I should just have a really nice looking site with information, or whether I should add in things which would promote YouTube and, I don't know, have links to things which might earn money for me, or have buy me a coffee links on there and things like that. And I was sort of struggling between the two sort of more artistic and the more business, if you like, sort of mindsets about what to do. And Scott said to me, he said, just do what feels right to you in the situation you're in right now. And it seems obvious when you think about it like that, but when you're struggling, you try and cover all the bases, which is a mistake, of course, because you can never do all of them well. So right now I'm going to focus on what I need to do right now, and if later on that changes, I can change. It's no big deal. And even if what I do is doesn't work, I'll try something else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some research, look into, how I can pay for these, because they all charge a monthly fee these days, and look at designs and things which I think will suit me, show off how I want to be seen. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm saying I'm going to have to shift from Google Sites to one of the paid ones, which have a lot more options about how to present yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. So when I get the final site, I'll certainly tell everyone about it. What to do? So, yep, talked about all that. I've also been, thank you, Thomas. Thomas, my friend here on YouTube, he has his own YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. He just made a video about, rationalizing storage and backing things up and not hanging on to things, and it made me realize that I had all of these drives from Kin Spirits filming, and I had backups of the drives, and I had so many drives in so many places. So I've kind of tidied all that up, thanks to the inspiration from Thomas. And I'm looking to do more. I hate having unused stuff around in general. I'd much rather, if it's clothes or something, give it to charity, or something I'm not using, just sell it, which I've been doing a lot of lately. And so that's what we're going to do with storage and all those YouTube files that you get, all those files you get from making YouTube videos, the original, the optimized, and all that sort of stuff. You end up just making one video like this can end up with a number of big files. So I've been doing some housekeeping in that way. What else? What else has been going on? That's kind of been my focus, worrying too much about the website until Scott sort of knocked me into shape. And other than that, just trying to keep fit, just trying to eat well. It's always difficult. I'm a sucker for a pastry or two, so I try and keep that under wraps. I mean, it's okay to do these things occasionally, of course, but and especially as I need to keep healthy for my health. I don't think I'm sure I'm forgetting something. There's something nagging at the back of my head that I should be saying, but it'll come to me when it comes to me, and if it's important, I'll mention it next time. I need to get back to focusing. One thing I do, of course, is things like worrying about the website, tidying up the drives and things. Of course, they're things I have to do, but I also use it as a distraction when I've got to do some things on the project side, the film side, which aren't my favorite things to do, like put together synopsis, or I want to put together a bit of a slide, just a simple 4 or 5 slide presentation to show the look and feel of a film, things like that. That's not in my natural skill set, so I avoid by doing these other things, even though they're important in themselves. I know that I'm also using them to avoid doing things I don't like doing. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, Kin Spirits, watch for free on Tubi. There'll be a link below. And I hope to see you in the next one.